Hello there, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Sally Nugent and John Kane.
Our headlines for you this morning.
What else we need to know this morning?
Thanks, John. Yes, the BBC has released around 3,000 emails linked to its handling of the Martin Bashir scandal. In response to a Freedom of Information request, it comes after an independent inquiry 3 years ago found Mr Bashir had been deceitful and had faked documents to secure his famous interview with Princess Diana in 1995. Our media correspondent David Silito reports. President Biden has said he has now decided how the US will respond to a drone strike which killed 3 American service personnel in Jordan at the weekend. Details of the government's deal with the Democratic Unionist Party to restore power sharing in Northern Ireland are expected to be set out in the Commons today. The DUP has boycotted the devolved assembly at Stormont for almost 2 years in protest against post-Brexit trade arrangements. Our correspondent Thomas Morgan sent this report from Belfast. Labour says it has no plans to reinstate a cap on bankers' bonuses if it were to win the next election. Now, both human and technical error have been blamed for incidents which have seen some energy customers receiving significantly inflated bills from a number of suppliers. Energy UK, the trade association for the industry, says mistakes are rectified as soon as possible. Our cost of living correspondent Kevin Peachy reports.
Carol can tell us how the wind... And we'll be talking about that story a bit later in the programme, the information that you need to know.
Let's have a look at this morning's newspapers, shall we? We're going to...
Style TV tie-in.
That would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah. Wrexham are probably a bit worried about that.
Now, let's have a look.
I need to get some printer paper this afternoon. Interesting story today about packed lunches. If you're in the kitchen right now getting your sandwiches ready for lunchtime, you are not the only one. Apparently, the number of us taking a packed lunch to the office to save money has increased dramatically to 86 million last year.
I love a packed lunch.
Well, you love a packed breakfast. I'm just looking under the table there. You've got your... do you want to see Sally's secret?
I do have a picnic sometimes at work.
People?
Well, OK, that's my porridge. Overnight oats, which I make at home. That's under there.
Packed breakfast.
Yeah, it's very good for you.
That's what you need, yeah.
You never eat breakfast.
I do after the programme. And now we go on for longer. It takes...
yeah, then you get really hungry.
But it's interesting. It's saying although 86 million packed lunches last year is still nothing like as many as before the pandemic, because not as many of us are in the office.
Actually going anywhere,
yeah.
Yes.
We've also got some great pictures for you this morning about an emu that crossed the road. Sounds like a joke, doesn't it? But it really, really happened.
Took over the whole road from what I can see. Not every day.
Goodness, he got away safely. Right, the time is 23 minutes past 6.
Now, a mother who lost her son more than a decade ago says she has been left shocked and sickened after discovering he was being impersonated on the social media platform TikTok.
Yes, Rebecca Ramsey's 13-year-old son Dylan drowned during an accident at a quarry in 2011. And she's now calling for much more to be done to safeguard against harmful online pranks, as Davinia Ramos reports. Oh, you can't imagine, can you?
Horrible.
That report was from Davinia Ramos. And we're going to be talking more about the issue of fake accounts and trolling a bit later in the programme this morning. At 8:30, we're going to be joined by the BBC's disinformation and social media correspondent Mariana Spring, who's made a really interesting new podcast and series.
Yeah, so a really interesting series with lots more, sadly, more stories, more cases similar to that. So if you have any questions or you've experienced anything that you've maybe seen online doesn't ring true, do let us know, do get in touch.
And don't forget to include your name as well if you're WhatsApping us, and tell us where you are contacting us from. And Mariana's new series is called Why Do You Hate Me? It's on Radio 4. It's going to be on BBC Sounds a bit later as well.
We're back with the headlines in just a moment, but now let's get the news, the travel and the weather where you are.